Member from Mississauga South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Energy and Infrastructure. Minister, over the summer you came to Mississauga South to announce that Lakeview will no longer be considered as a potential site for a new gas-fired power plant. After hosting a dirty coal plant for 40 years, the residents of Lakeview, and indeed all of Mississauga, welcomed the decision to protect our waterfront. Now that Lakeview is not an option for power generation, we are one step closer to our goal of revitalizing the area. At the same time, however, you stated that you will be directing the Ontario Power Authority to initiate a request for proposal for a new gas-fired power plant in the Southwest GTA. Since then, you have issued that directive and the RFP is underway. Minister, my constituents are apprehensive about this. They're not sure what this means for the community or when or how decisions will be made. Mr. Speaker, through you to the Minister, what are the requirements for the RFP? How will the location of the new plant be decided? And how can communities get involved in the process?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the honourable member, and I want to acknowledge, Mr. Speaker, that he's been very, very proactive on the part of his constituents. Mr. Speaker, as our province undergoes the bold ambition of eliminating coal, we have a need for peaker capacity. That is, when a whole bunch of people at the same time demand energy, it's our obligation that it be available to them, and accordingly, these gas-fired power plants are part and parcel of that. So I did direct the OPA to initiate a process that will see 850 megawatts located in the Southwest GTA, Mr. Speaker. This is a process that will be completed by June of next year with an in-service date for the plant no later than the end of 2013. The project will be required to undergo all local, municipal and environmental standards, Mr. Speaker, and there's going to be a very, very big process of involvement with communities. We had a great town hall meeting a few weeks back in Mississauga. Since then, there have been efforts by the OPA in more localized centres in the Southwest GTA to involve the public, give them information, and to respond to their questions.
Supplementary.
Minister, as you know, the Clarkson airshed study found that we have a stressed airshed in Mississauga South. Emissions from industry, the QEW, and nearby coal plants all played a role in these findings. Even though the Lakeview coal plant has been demolished and the Nanticoke plant is soon to follow, air quality remains a concern. As such, people are worried about the cumulative effect of existing emitters and a new gas-fired power plant on the air we breathe. I've heard from many community leaders and ratepayers who raise the same concerns about gas plant emissions like CO2 and particulate matter. In response, many have suggested that power generation should be placed farther away from residential communities. In addition, they propose that new power be transmitted over greater distances via transmission lines. Minister, through you, Mr. Speaker, in light of the findings of the Clarkson airshed study, why is it necessary for new gas-fired power generation to be built in the Southwest GTA?
Mr. Speaker, in the Southwest GTA, we have a characteristic which is evident in quite a few parts of the Greater Toronto Area, which is growth. That is an area, Mr. Speaker, where hospitals are growing as one example and demanding more electricity. It's crucial, Mr. Speaker, that we meet those needs reliably. On the matter at hand from the honourable member about the Clarkson airshed study, a couple of things that I think are very important to keep in mind. First and foremost, Mr. Speaker, we've already taken out of play there a very, very large polluter, that is Lakeview. And this airshed, Mr. Speaker, is downwind of Nanticoke. Nanticoke is the single largest source of air pollution in Ontario, and that's why it'll be out of service as a coal-burning plant by 2014. That's the single largest climate change initiative, Mr. Speaker, and should be very, very beneficial to the residents of Clarkson, who are dramatically downwind from that. This new gas-fired facility in Southwest GTA will meet the needs as dictated by the Environmental Assessment Act, and overall, Mr. Speaker, we see progress towards substantial improvement in the air.